Good morning, people. Well, it's 9:41 Eastern Time. Thursday, November 29th, 2018. It's pretty early in the morning. If I had the life I wanted here, I'd be busy right now out on the driving job. One of two or three I would have right now. Working because I have a strong work ethic. My horrible scope, occasionally I look at that, says that I'm going to leave some people hanging. I was going to too, till I looked at that. Yeah, I wasn't. It's like I've got to where I don't even want to do videos anymore. I don't want to do anything like this anymore. You know. Um, but if there's even one that benefits from this, I'm obligated to even one. You know. It's like if one strays off, I gotta go find it. You see. And I don't have the mentality of old time shepherds where they go find the sheep that wandered off. It's a trouble sheep and endangers the other sheep because then he's got to wander off and find that one. So he breaks its leg and throws it over his shoulder and carries it back. And then when its leg heals up, it doesn't ever wander off again. It's it's a gruesome practice. I just don't even know where some people's minds are. But yeah, there are updates, man. Things that are happening that even zombies can notice. Even in their most zombified state, right? Um, for example, um, I'll give you a good one. My wife notices it. Like she'll be saying something and she's watching the show and they'll say it right in sync with her. She'll be saying something and it's like they knew what she was going to say and they had the script of that show say a word or two of her sentence right with her, right before her, or right after her. And it's like it's giving her the willies. What's happening is the AI is time cycling. Okay, this was prophesied. That some of us will be strategic in making them trip out. And, now they're time cycling. Okay, so I'll give you an example. I went through an era of my life where I pretty much lived, except for one meal a day, on Slim Fast and olives. Chocolate Royale, Slim Fast, and some green olives, pitted olives. And that was my diet, you know, my daytime diet until dinner at night for, I don't know, years. Um, and I was healthy during that era of my life. And then I went back to like eating food and, I succumbed to this stuff that's happening. Well, my wife was having so much problems, she won't just do an enema and get past it. So she decides to take a fast day and, buy some Slim Fast and buys us some Slim Fast. Now it comes in a plastic bottle. And the packaging makes it way too expensive. Okay, I'd rather have it in a cheap can and be able to pay $2, $3 less for it. All right, so yeah, it's real expensive now. But we haven't messed with Slim Fast in years. Like I don't know, 10 years. Messed with Slim Fast first time in like 10 years, and on a show last night, lo and behold, Slim Fast is part of the script. It's part of what they're doing. The dad on the show, the Goldbergs. He's getting the son's getting him Slim Fast, stuff like that. There's also stuff happening with the do. Besides what's widely being seen on private levels where they don't cross lines where it can get out there, where it actually stays on a level where, oh, he could just be crazy, right? Got some lemon sour diesel handled by a hottie. Fine little Hottie. Hottie doesn't look like she belongs in this town. Anyway, I do stuff so I notice stuff. Like, I shave my entire body, my face. Part of my identity is that I'm peeled. Um, and I notice stuff. I also have fake teeth. So I have these rags underneath my denture bags. I have an old set of teeth and a new set of teeth, two denture bags. And underneath these denture bags is the rags that get wet. And they get wet and they just never dry out. So eventually they smell like a swamp, and I have to throw them out because they start smelling. You go out to a swamp that smell that's in the air. Well, that's what happens with these rags, and I eventually have to throw them out. I rinse them out good for a while and stuff, but they never dry out. Never. I noticed a week ago or so, 2 weeks ago, when I was getting hit really bad. I had the reptile eye and stuff. For those of you who don't know, it's like I have to grease up this eye because this eye gets all wrinkly, like there's a camera in it or something, and my skin's fighting against it. My body's fighting against it. Well, one day when I woke up with the reptile eye and feeling like I'd been cooked inside, it's just my insides felt cooked, and I was, sweating and stuff in my sleep, even though it was cold. I noticed that my rags were completely dry in the bathroom. Rags that never dry out. It's such a bad problem that, I have to throw them away after a while. They never dry out. Never. But sometime close to when they were doing what they were doing off on the coast, their little fire party, yeah, they're doing things on a smaller level that they're not going to get called on to us. You see, it's part of the time cycling of the AI, the things that they're doing, attacking different ones of us, not realizing who they should hit and who they should abstain from hitting, so that they don't give authority up, spiritual authority, because, well, spiritual authority still stands over all man-made law, man-made stuff. It still stands strong. If God wants to, he can teleport an entity. If God wants to, he can undo something that happened to somebody just by turning time backwards a little bit, manipulating something at that point to where it doesn't happen, and move it back forward. Oh yeah, he can undo stuff. God has already proven that he can undo stuff. This one is Tahoe. Also handled by a hottie. See no evil. Hear no evil. Speak no evil. Do no evil. That one is actually the monkeys holding his balls. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on that some of us are going to notice this stuff if we're watching for it. That there's time cycling occurring, and it's getting bad. And the reason that it's happening is because, well, they'll do something, dangle the carrot over the abyss or over the landmines, and they'll go out there to get that carrot. Run out there, fall down in the abyss, or run out there on that landmine field, spiritual landmines, and boom, 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 and just pop themselves off, right? And when they do that, the reciprocity kicks in, and their equipment goes down. Yeah. So then they have to rebuild. They have to reinvest. So you see these cycles where, okay, they're doing stuff. There's fire and hurricanes and floods and storms and earthquakes, and then blam, there's nothing. That's because blam, they got hit. Because, well, we have authority from other timelines over this temporary timeline that's going to be reversed. And all those that we have authority over will be undone. They will not perpetuate any of this, but they will be time looped to fulfill the do unto others clause, as all things that they negatively affected while they were here in pre-existence mode, before they are spiritually executed, to not be included in the replay of this reversed and undone timeline. So actually right now, in the replay of this timeline, this moment right now, they ain't even here. This computer ain't here. You ain't looking at me, I ain't talking to you. Right? Because, well, none of this technology happens. Nothing that they use to distract from animals or to make people the opposite of what they were supposed to be. Nothing. None of these tech giants get born. Nobody in the Fed gets born. None of these people that they say that it's okay by Allah for them to have sex with little girls and little boys. None of them exist. Nobody who associated Lucifer to Satan, aka the ancient artificial intelligence, and tried to say that Lucifer would want them to kill or hurt shit or abide by this black Bible. None of them exist. No fake Christians exist. I mean, because we got a lot of fake Christians, right? And they're being taught to take from others and give to the church. Yeah, my aunt takes from my vulnerable adult brother, just steals his money and goes and puts money in the church. Yeah. She found a way out of tithing out of her own money. Yeah. Oh, what about the Christians in 2008 that stole my wife's $10 million per year empire? Yeah. Never gave her a dime. Never even owned up that it was her idea. Stole it from her while we were homeless, yo. I mean, it's like, God. Now, them Christians are going to die and get time looped as slaves to repay that ill-gotten gain, even though they worked for it, because, well, it wasn't their concept. It wasn't their business idea. They had no right to take it and run away with it as if it was theirs. They could league with my wife and do it if they wanted. They should have at least tore her off a percentage of that $10 million per year plus that they made. That, they weren't entitled to. So they'll get time looped, and then they'll get spiritually executed, and then they'll never get born. Yeah, that's what's happening here. All these thugs that go out there and riot, like over Rodney King. Rodney King's in the time loops right now, being gang raped. There's every little white woman and white girl and white child that was gang raped during his riots. Yes, so is every rioter, so is everybody famous who these people are fans of. Yeah, they're being held accountable for whack influence. So the Rodney King riots, they created time loops of white women that were gang raped and tortured to death during the riots. All the people who rioted, even those who think they had a right to do it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're going to get time looped. There's all those victims. Everybody who says nigga, but they don't want somebody white to say it, they all going to get time looped. And they mamas, too. And everybody who influenced them to that weak, whack behavior. Look at that. Yeah. Those who died already, who participated in those riots and looting, they already in the time loop, being time looped as those rape victims, being time looped as animals that suffered, being time looped as slaves to repay what they stole when they looted, repay everything that they damaged. Oh yeah, you ain't allowed to break other people's stuff. You got to pay for that. That's what your famous little zombie ain't gonna teach you, even though they gonna get time looped. As you getting time looped, just because you're fans of them, because they didn't teach you better. See, this video right here, way more beneficial than a platinum album. Their platinum album putting them in the time loops. This video buying me out of them.